Welcome to Action Points, a Mythras Matters actual play podcast. In this episode, Company Business Part 5, using the Destined rules, the team takes their individual approaches to dealing with an advancing SWAT team. They discover who is behind all the reputation attacks on them and are invited to a final showdown. My name is Inwils and I will be the GM for the game. I'll let the players introduce who they are and who they will be playing.
Banner has the best plan to get us out of this trap, and you've been working all week on this plan, so I'm really excited to hear.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I'm trying to remember what we ended.
You were smashing computers because we got really angry, and when we get angry, our solution is to scream to break things. Then we heard Dr. V being like, haha, you're all a bunch of losers. I'm doing something bad, and the cops are called, and they heard about smashing stuff. Hope you aren't smashing pumpkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're in the basement, so
I feel like with the character development that I've spent a long time creating with Banner.
Right.
I don't play with him with a guy with a plan. I feel like that's not in his repertoire. If the expectations from me to have planned,
this is supposed to be like role play, not real life.
If anything, he's just gonna break the foundation a little more and escape out the side of the house. But
yeah, I guess my big question is: Banner's patriotic and likes justice. Is he going to break cop legs?
Oh, nice.
That's I was joking about you having a master plan, but that is the question. I think if the cops are coming,
I'll
run away.
I don't know because I'm going to take the vapor and go through.
I was going to say.
I'll stand at the front door and say, "Have you seen my two friends?"
Have you seen my two friends?
I'll run from the cops. I'll do it. But if you're jumping from the cops, they might just be like, "Okay, get the chopper out. Let's just follow him."
Yeah, there he goes. Look, oh, there he is. I've lost him. Oh no, there he is.
He's jumping 20 feet at a time.
Yeah.
I'm going to bin that. Try to grab it again. They can hear you, by the way. I'm just feeding you through a different channel at the moment.
I'm so annoyed he's got us twice now, this guy.
You would have.
Don't worry. We'll eventually find him, and we'll break his legs. Except we're gonna find out that what was it? BBL is actually Dr. V in disguise this entire time, and so we'll go to break his legs, and we'll be like, "Oh wait."
Yeah. Well, I'm going to turn the vapor and let him breathe me in, then go back to normal.
That doesn't seem like a. It seems weirdly sexual.
Right, I can't capture your the sound at all. So you're coming through another way. So I just need to watch the volume. That's it. Yeah, I was just thinking, Medivac, that Misty could just get out of any situation now, apart from a high wind, which might cause a little bit of issue.
Stay away from Banner after a few tacos.
Yeah. I would have been a bit spread out yesterday.
Yeah. Well, I think because you have to concentrate, don't you? That if there was a high wind, you would have to concentrate to try to keep yourself together. But if you failed concentration roll at that point, you return to normal, don't you? Yeah. So
and hopefully everything will be in the same place, not like a handover.
Yeah. All
That's what my liver looks like.
Yeah, all my villains are now carrying leaf blowers. That's good for the rest of the campaign. So anyway, welcome everyone. It's lovely to see you all. The party has been set up yet again by the wonderful villain that I am loving to play, the wonderful Dr. V. They are in the basement of a house, and they went there to actually try to sort out or incriminate the opposing team that is getting the better of them every moment of every day. But before I tell you exactly what's happened, I'm going to allow the players an opportunity to say who they are and who they are playing tonight. And we'll start off with you, Mr. Pickles.
I am Mr. Pickles, and I play Rabbit. That's her name. She also has a government name, but she doesn't go by that. She's Rabbit. She goes super fast. She comes from the countryside. A scientist maybe made her. We don't know. All we know is that she hits fast and doesn't do as much damage to the others. Her primary function is that she plays with luck and her overall durability to quickly mess up enemies, frequently tripping people downstairs or stunning them or disarming their guns so that other people can come in like a wrecking ball. And with that, I'm going to toss the mic over as quickly as I can to the person that is not the wrecking ball, Medivac.
No, I can be a wrecking ball if I put that little leotard on. I can be wrecking ball.
I had that song in my head going like a wrecking ball. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Medivac, and I play Misty, aka Sophia Sampson, by day, a lawyer by night, or when crime happens. She is Misty, the mistress of moisture. She controls moisture.
That's
You need to find a better self for that.
Yeah.
I control moisture.
So she's just like Wendell.
It just sounds like she's like a roll of paper towels. It's like, I can control moisture.
Look,
I can be beaten by a very well absorbed downy towel.
It's the menopause. Leave alone. So yeah, she can turn us into this.
I was good. Sorry, I thought you were going to say, and she could control moisture. I thought you just
more moisture. So she'd be great in one of those adverts where they make the kids drink that dirty water because you can make your own water, clean water. But no, she gets the water from her hands, and she can create objects and simulacrums or elementals from moisture as well, which help fight. And she can fly like an angel. And with that, I shall pass on to Captain Kangaroo.
Hi everyone, Captain Kangaroo here. Banner is also really good at making moisture, specifically the moisture that fills one's pants after you punch them right in the stomach, breaking their spleen, and make them rid themselves of that pesky, fluids inside. Or if you punch your face just hard enough and all that blood kind of starts gushing out as you create someone's future dental bill that can, probably reach the thousands. Banner's the pinnacle of, patriotism. He's there to show the way for the people of the city and what's the right thing to do, but also at the same time destroy a lot of debilitating evidence, as we'll see soon to be. Do it all with his manly, very powerful fists. I'll keep it nice and simple, but I'll pass the mic to our good old GM.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. I was just trying to sort out Zoom sound, but I can't do it, so I'll just leave it now. The team. Now, last week we were trying to think of a name for the team, and I'm assuming that you've come up with one tonight.
I completely forgot. Sorry.
The
dog ate my homework.
I was doing my taxes and I forgot.
It's a group that always falls for the trick.
So I think what was I calling you last?
The darn it group.
Darn
it, it's done it again.
What was I calling you last week? It's something of justice.
Oh man, there's another word.
League of Justice, wasn't it?
Was it League of Justice? Yeah. Okay. So the wonderful League of Justice. Well, they started off trying to capture Dr. V. They went to his. Oh no! The first thing that they did was that they decided to which company within Metro they would align themselves with. Banner wanted to go with Internal Enterprises with his favorite buddy, Brian Brask. However, the party decided to go to Atomic Alpha, which is run by Jack Stone. The other company on the scene was Sky Syndicate, that was run by Lucille DeVille. Anyway, after they had aligned to a company, they got a lead of Dr. V's laboratory. When they got there, they were encased in some kind of super alloy that not even Banner could get through. And then they were set up. Yeah.
You got to live, though.
I think you got a little chip out of it. Yeah. Yeah, a chip. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Then they realized that they had been set up as the bad guys by a second team comprising of Sonic Blast, Hedge Thicket, and Dumbbell. And since that time, they have been chasing their own tails around Metro City. They actually did go and visit a hacker called BBL. And when they did that, they found out some information about the opposing team after they had evicted a group of squatters out of BBL's mother's cardigan factory. From that point onwards, they have a piece of film that shows them trapped in the actual Dr. V laboratory, which has been enhanced by BBL. And then they got a notification, a lead, that the house of the opposing team had been found. They quickly got over there. The upstairs was all partified, and there were certain illegal substances up there. Then they came down into the room that you can see on the screen if you are watching the video or live rather than the podcast. If you're listening to the podcast, you can't see anything. But in the basement, there were huge vats of some kind of liquid. In the end room, there was a number of burner phones in there. And then they entered a room where there was a series of computers, laptops, rendering out a video that further incriminated the team. Banner did what he does best and smashed. And at that point, they heard a familiar giggle over loudspeakers. Dr. V had done it to them again because they then heard an emergency call that was put into the local law enforcement that there had been a sighting of the bad guys, well, the three guys you can see on your screen, and that the police were heading over to the townhouse. Now, at this point, members of the League of Justice, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just Justice League of America SWAT round. That's what we've done.
What are you talking about? What's that?
That is. I'm going to call Sonic Blast's team League of Justice League, and then you could be League of Justice. That we'll do it well like that. So
the Warner siblings feel like they're being litigious. We have no idea what the Justice League is.
No idea. So you have no idea when this call was given or sent. It could have been live at that point. It could have been sent as soon as you entered the building. You are not sure at all. So the question is now, what would you like to do? Just to let the people in the stream know, they don't see everything that's on the map. This is what they see at the moment. So they can't see that thing that's behind one of the doors. Yes, so you've got some smashed up computers in front of you. If somebody would like to make if Banner, you're probably busy with the laptop smashing, etc. Rabbit and Misty, if you just make me some perception rolls, please.
If I can add, I don't know if you said it in your recap, but my best friend in Network 7 got that copy of the footage before we went.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, Sally Fields.
My best friend.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's it, Rabbit. I remember. Yeah, you sprinted into the Network 7, handed over the videotape, and then had a quick chat with Sally Fields, and then exited. So
I thought she was setting me up with security, but I think she just wanted an interview.
Yeah, and you just backflipped. Are you, Misty? Are you using a point of luck?
You're muted, and I would also like to use a point of luck to reverse it.
Oh, right. So 2 points of luck's coming up. One, therefore, is a standard success. And the 20 that would have been a standard success for 56 now becomes a critical. Okay, then. So standard success first. Misty, you notice that there are 4 tiny cameras high up on the roof, near the ceiling. They're at the 4 corners of the room, and the 2 back ones are behind you. The other one is there's one there at the front corner and another one over here as well. So they appear to have a complete view of the whole room. Rabbit, with your critical success, you notice 2 things. Number one, these are wired. They seem to be, you have a quick look with the wires with your speedy, darty eyes, and they seem to be wired, and then they go into the door on to the east of the room. It seems to go, there seems to be a hole drilled over right there up at the ceiling above that door that the wires feed into. The other thing that you hear with your critical is that you hear the sound of some heavy vehicles arriving upstairs. Definitely a lot of screeching of tires as heavy vehicles come to a halt. Misty, can you roll your law knowledge skill? I think you have one, do you not? Yeah, 45 out of 50. You know that in situations whenever there is the possibility of the local police force encountering supers like yourself, that they send in the SWAT team. It's a group of people that are highly trained and have certain weapons and abilities to detain supers, so they're not the normal run of people. Okay, yeah, what would people like to do?
Rabbit is going to get really frantic, and she'll like go over to Misty and grab her shoulder and then point up at the cameras and then trace over the lines to where the door goes, and she'll say, Misty, I hear something bad's happening. You need to go into Vapor's form, try and destroy these cameras, get rid of the evidence. I think they're all going into this room. Banner, pay attention. We need to get out of here now. Otherwise, they're going to get us. I hear the screeching upstairs. We got to get out now. They're going to capture us. Misty, you destroy the evidence. We'll get back and meet up with us later. We'll meet up at your house. Come on, Banner, now. You're not even moving. Banner, please.
Was I supposed to break these?
No, we need to get out of here. The cops are here. The cops.
Oh, that's fine. The cops. They love me.
The big cops. The cops are the big vehicles. I'm gonna sprint out up the stairs to try and get a view of the where the vehicles are.
Yeah.
And they're here to give me a ride.
Banner, so Rabbit, you're sprinting out back up the stairs. Banner, what's going to be your action?
Banner, probably, brush his hands off and probably follow Rabbit upstairs.
Okay.
Actually, can I steal a burner phone before I run upstairs?
Yeah. What's your movement like?
My movement is a 48.
48.
Or 4d8.
No, definitely 48. That's my walking speed.
Yeah.
I was trying. What's the key that you can press to keep your measuring tool up? To go around corners.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. I don't.
Is it shift? Maybe no.
I thought it was Alt.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's either Alt or Shift, and I don't think that's correct.
Oh, I know what it is. You hold you right click. You hold down your left click, and then right click for the bits where you want the Medivac, just like that. Right. So let's. Oh yeah. Well, yes, because it's only 14 meters to there. Yeah. So you can grab a burner phone. No worries at all. You probably Banner's going to follow you out, so you probably sort of like run past Banner as he comes out the door. Misty, what's going to be your action?
So I'm going to walk. Well, I'm going to run over to the door here. But as I get close to the door, I'm then going to switch to Vapor's form.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, what I might do is try the door handle first.
Yeah. The door is open.
Okay, I should go inside. Yeah. I'll listen first, then go inside.
Yeah. There's no. There's
click.
There's no sound or anything from the room. When you open it, there seems to be on the table, it's the same length as the room you're in, but it seems to have a variety of technological devices. There's some kind of almost like a big mainframe computer. You can see along the north wall here. These are sort of like big computers that maybe have those circular tape discs in, or lots of flashing light. There seems to be a terminal on the table, and you notice following the lines of wires that come in, they seem to come in and they seem to go to the data storage places first, and then this laptop, well, it's a desktop, appears to be linked to it. Rabbit, as you get to the top of the stairs carrying your burner phone, you suddenly see a group of initially 4 SWAT team members. The first 2, they seem to have helmets on and flip down visors. The first 2 are crouched and doing almost like cat-like crawl. They seem to have assault rifles in their hands, up at arms, aiming level, and the two behind them have got their hand on their shoulders, almost like guiding them towards the staircase. You see them as you come up. You can decide what you would like to do. You can, let me know what you would like to do.
Do they see me?
Well, you're moving at speed at the moment, so it really depends what you're going to do at this point.
Well, I'd like to get past them if I can, either by going through an alternative door if there was one, or if I have to, parkouring over them at super speed.
Yeah, so you can try to do that, not a problem at all. So give me an athletics or acrobatics skill check.
Could I apply? I want to see if I can apply a power to this.
Okay.
That I think might help. I'd like to use hyperspeed, maybe.
Yeah.
The first option, double speed of a move action or extended task.
Yeah.
To try and the goal is to I want to go so fast, barreling over them that they might be like, what?
Yeah.
Rather than that was a girl.
Maybe go up on the wall and run across the wall at that point. Yeah. Sounds good. So is that 3 power points that you're going to use?
That is. Did we regain any since we were at the garment factory? You
would have topped everything up before coming here, so you'd be back up to maximum luck, apart unless you've used some in this session, but your power points will all be back up to maximum.
All right, here is my 3 points, and here is my athletics. 78 out of 81.
Yeah, so you sort of speed up and you sort of go up over the wall or do some fancy parkour movement past them, and obviously they try to track you, but obviously you're far too fast, and you're sort of out the front door if that's where you would like to go.
There was no back door, correct?
Correct. There's only the front door. Yeah.
So with my 96 movement for that action, I guess, it would be hurling over them and trying to flee the premises, assuming that Banner's following and Misty's going to be following. Yeah.
So you speed out. Just to let you know, when you go out the front, there's only one vehicle there. It's the heavy armored van, the one that looks like some kind of SWAT vehicle that I think you get in America a lot. So you go speeding out. Banner, you sort of feel rabbits sort of whoosh past you. And the next thing you notice is that a couple of cylindrical objects come bouncing down the stairs towards you. What would you like to do? Actually, let me do my to hit roll first, and then we can see whereabouts they're going to land.
I feel like Banner would not be afraid of prison because he just bend the bars and walk out when he's done.
Yeah.
How many objects?
2 of them.
Banner's gonna pick them up and throw them back.
Okay. So that's what you're going to attempt to do as they go bing, 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 bing down the stairs. So you can you're going to, the action will be to pick them up. So you can use your 1/3 of your movement, which I don't think is going to get you to the stairs.
Oh wait, if I'm not near them?
No, so they're going to come down. Here's the stairs here. So they're blinking down here. So you're actually about 4 meters away from them at the moment.
I'm going to step back and close the door behind me.
Yeah. Okay then.
So, yeah. Step inside the room behind me and then close the door.
Yeah. So you hear these are like ding, 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 and there's a momentary pause where there's no sound at all, and then you just hear two very in quick succession explosions outside as the grenades go off. Now they actually have a 4-meter radius burst. So they're going to take out the first 2 canisters as they blow up, and they actually, your door actually is on the edge of the blast area. So they sort of like go da 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 da, and then they explode. Let me do some. I don't need to do this. I can roll it from here. Let's just roll this. So the first one will do 11 points of damage, and the second one will do 12 points of damage. As it goes, you hear outside the canisters, the big ones that you saw before, they immediately seem to explode in quick succession. So it's sort of like that. Let me just. So an interior door has 4 armor points and then 20 structural points. So the door is intact, but as you close it, you feel the blast on the opposite side. It hasn't destroyed it. The internal walls are actual fine. Misty, you're in the room. And, just checking things out when you hear this explosion. What would you like to do?
Boom, booms.
Yeah.
I'll quickly glance out. I'm assuming I can see Banner from where I am.
Yes, you can.
So as a free action, I'm going to say, I won't use names, but I'm going to say, I do comms anyway, can't I? Put the table against the door, barricade it.
Okay, and then what? Yeah, hang on. So what? And then what is Misty's action going to be?
The Miss is going to summon her elemental.
Oh, good grief! Quick, I need to find that.
And you need a willpower check as well to do it first. Yay!
Yeah. Right.
So strength 14, dex 11, size 19.
I think we've got a sheet for it.
Yeah, we do.
Where would you like it to appear?
There.
Okay. Yeah, so do you have access to the sheet?
I do.
Yeah, there you go. We'll set up then.
And then I'm going to set it to smashing up. Because it does bludgeoning damage, doesn't it? It's just
yeah, so...
smashing up all these things.
Nice.
I don't want anything left. I want it all completely down to nuts and bolts.
Okay then. So does he have an attack roll?
Indeed.
Cool. Yeah. So do some damage with which one is he using? Elemental punch or water-based blast?
Oh no, the water-based blast is me, but
right. So punch. Yeah. So just punch.
Oh, I see. No, maybe it does have water. It does have a blast. Sorry. Yes, my apologies.
So elemental punch though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then do so. Oh, bless him. He's not very good at hitting things, isn't he? With a skill of 22. Yeah, so he sort of like starts to hit the glass just out of interest has these would be like a glass window, so they have 1 AP and then 4 hit points. So he's just sort of like starting to lay into these glass fronted computers or storage centers, and you notice that one of the glass front sort of like splits as he does 3 points of damage to it. Now, Banner, what would you like to do?
Sorry, dog's barking.
It's all right.
All right.
I thought you drifted off.
Nah. Wait. Banner's gonna listen to what Misty said. He's gonna grab the table behind him and shove it against the door.
Oh yeah. So this table cannot be moved, so I'm just going to put a table in front of the door like that. And then you can easily do that. I mean, you've got super strength. That table's nothing. The laptops fall onto the floor, but they're already smashed as it is. So you sort of like lift up and prop it up against the door. Rabbit, you are out in the outdoor area. Is there anything you would like to do?
There's only one vehicle, and there were 4 SWAT members.
Yes.
I don't have anything sharp on me, do I?
Just your... Oh, that's exactly what I was going to say.
I want to go into their vehicle, into their SWAT vehicle, like go into the back and see what I can find. I'm hopefully looking for a knife or some sort of sharp tool.
Okay, so just to let you know, the back doors are open. There is a driver in the front. The driver is still in the vehicle. They haven't left the vehicle unguarded or anything like that. But you probably screech to a halt somewhere down by the side, away from the driver's side, because in Metro City, the driver's side is the correct side of the car, so it's on the right hand. Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's.
I was agreeing with you. I guess that worked out.
It's on the right. Yeah, so you sort of like around on the left side, near the back. It does have wing mirrors, but as far as you are aware, you haven't been seen as you pull in there. Roll me you can have a quick look around, so roll me a perception check.
And I also have sleight, if that helps me at any point. 32 out of 56.
There seems to be a lot of gear in the back. There's bound to be some spare knives or daggers or something like that, probably those ones that you click into lower leg holsters or on your belt. There's a lot of other things as well. There seems to be second supply of helmets. There seems to be stun buttons in here. There seems to be riot shields in here. There seems to be places that assault rifles can be placed and put, and there's also spare grenades in the back as well. It's a nicely well kitted out van. Is there anything you would like to do?
I'm hoping I had put my new burner phone in my pocket. Would I be able to grab a stun baton and a knife?
Without being seen?
Yeah, that's the goal.
Okay, so this is when your sleight comes in.
Yeah. Oh, 8 out of 52.
8 out of
2 points away from a crit.
2 points away. Yeah, you managed to use maybe a combination of your speed and sleight of hand to grab a stun button and what was the other? A stun button and a grenade?
And a knife.
A knife. Okay, then. Yeah.
The goal going forward, I don't know if I can do this on my turn, but I want to grab the stun baton because I'm hearing Newman in the back of my head saying you got to grab that. But the knife, I want to just stab that into one of the tires and then sprint off.
Okay. So you won't be able to do that at the moment because we're nipping straight back to Misty. Can you just roll the damage of your elemental who's bashing away at these? Ooh, it's getting better. 6 points of damage. So that's actually taken, smashed one of the glass open, and he's actually punching into the data, the electronics in the data storage unit. And probably the most important thing, he's not causing a lot of physical damage, but his water is just sort of like shorting everything out, and you can see sort of like steam coming out of it, and he sort of like then moves on to the next one. And Misty, is there anything you would like to do?
I was muted, sorry. Probably last time I did on my character sheet, which I've got a -2 damage modifier.
Ah.
And he's got a +1d4 modifier.
Yeah, so that'll be a 5 there for on the first one, which so it means that he's actually he's done the first one and the second one now. They're all sizzling away, and he's on to the third one. There's a lot of water dripping down, and you think there's going to be immense damage just from the water rather than the physical damage that somebody like Banner would use or cause.
Okay, well, I'm going to go through the door. I'm going to leave him to it. He knows what he's doing. Are these doors down here?
Yes, they are. And there's also a door. Let me make sure I'm on the right layer. There's also a door here as well.
Fantastic. Okay, I'll open that door when I get. If I'm able to, I'll open that door.
Yeah. So brilliant. So you leave the office and move your way down to there. Banner, what are you planning on doing at this point?
I'm going to check this door over here. I don't know. It's not going in. The one to the left here.
This one here?
Yeah, that
one.
Yeah.
Okay. So both Misty and Banner, both your doors are just like normal internal doors. Misty, I'll reveal yours for you. So it seems to be a huge storage room. It seems to have those canisters along the back, those barrels, seem to be some kind of setup, a bit like home brewing beer, if that makes sense. They seem to be some kind of titration or separation going on there. And there's this box, there's a box with what appears to be cylinders in, a bit like gas cylinders, if that makes sense, or oxygen. You can just see them along, poking out on the top.
Little screw tops, haven't they?
Yes, exactly. You can't.
God, no.
You can't. You can't see exactly what's on those yet, but you get the idea. Banner, when you open your door, you see what appears to be some kind of meeting area, and there seems to be a table and chairs there. This, to the south of that room, is some kind of a kitchen, a mini kitchen. And you can see that there's microwave and some kind of coffee pot. You also notice that there's a trash can, a bin that is overflowing with take-away or take-out food. There seems to be no stove or anything like that. And you can actually see into the room beyond, which seems to be a whole load of beds. They seem to, from where you are at the moment, they're not made up in pristine condition or anything like that. They seem to be more lived in or slept in, and the single covers are slightly all over the place. Just when you're looking at that, and Misty, you will hear this as well. You hear the door to the north. It's not bashed open. It sounds as if somebody gently pushed it to see whether or not it was open. And the noise that you hear is when it actually taps the desk. So it wasn't pushed in with any force. It was just almost like testing it, almost like firefighters do when they test the heat of the door. And then we'll zoom in super speed back up to Rabbit, who has now got a stun baton. Every time I say baton, it feels as if I should say baton, and that's why it's coming out funny. Yeah, you got a stun baton and a knife. So you want to slash a tire? Is that the plan?
Yeah, the goal is to like make it so when my comrades are following me, because I believe they are, if the vehicle tries to chase after Banner, it's going to have a much harder time. So I just want to like take the knife and just stab it into the tire.
Yeah.
And then sprint towards the gate, I guess.
Okay, so make me a brawn roll, please.
I don't like that. Oh, 27 out of 41.
27 out of 40. You whack the knife into the tire. Do you want to leave it in, or are you pulling it out?
I was just gonna stab it in and leave it.
Okay.
I think that'll do enough damage.
Yeah, you sort of like stab it in, and you notice that the tire starts to deflate. At this point, just so you know, I am going to make a perception check for the guy in the van to see whether or not he either hears or feels
everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Yeah, so here's the SWAT man.
This is not the rabbit you're looking for.
Yes. 66 out of 55. So he thinks everything is absolutely fine. As
just tilting to the side.
Yeah. As Rabbit runs off, leaving her crew down below.
They're following me. I told them to follow me.
Misty,
I don't know how you can think that Banner's going to sneak past those police.
Yeah.
He's going to walk past them and they'd be like, no, stop. And he'd be like,
let's do another elemental punch.
Oh,
elemental punch. Psh.
Oh, another. Is that your max damage?
No, I'm 1d10 plus 1d4. So I'm rolling really rubbish on my d10.
Yeah.
On my d4.
Was that the same on both ones?
No, I got a double 3 on my last one, and I got a 2 and a 4 on the.
Oh, right. So
I'm mixing it up.
You're mixing it up. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So another 6 points of damage. So that actually does the third one. So you, Misty in the back, you can just hear psss, and sort of like the crackle of electrical cables that have been broken open and water damage, etc. Yeah, Misty, what would you like to do?
My intention here is I'm looking for an exit, like a fire exit.
Yeah.
Because most houses in America have those exits to go into, like, storm things where they open the shutters at the front, don't they? Because that's in every house.
Yeah.
I think we're in America.
We're not in America, but it's.
So there's no exit out of that room. You roll me an insight check.
Oh, I can do that. Or not.
Yeah.
79 out of 63.
Yeah. I will. I'll ponder a little bit harder.
Okay. Oh, uses a point of luck to get 30 out of 63. Yeah. When you're sort of like busy looking around, trying to look for an exit, something dawns on you that you know that Dr. V is a genius. He is a genius level villain. And even if there was an exit, you don't think he would have left it open. His idea was to trap you.
A big light above it going.
Fire exit. No. And you suddenly saw like, oh, I thought, damn, this
Okay,
Dr.
I'm
V.
gonna check this wall here for a secret exit.
Yes, there's a secret door that leads into the room next to it.
I'll come out of here and I'll move to this next door, ready to open it. Be mindful of the door being tested at the top.
You can. This door opens quite easily. It's no secret what's in here. It's another huge storage room. It seems to have canisters of something lined up. There's a lot of shelves around about that seem to have a in American and TV when they have criminal boxes that have all the case notes in, they're a bit like that. So they're like a cardboard box with a cardboard lid on, and they're sort of like slot into these shells, and you can see that there's various codes written on them. There's no names as such, just sort of like codes. Banner, what would you like to do?
Over here on the far left, is that a window?
No, these are lights set into. So they're like the circular ones that are flush to the wall, letting out light because you're in a basement. Yeah.
Are we in Key Largo? And this is Trump's house.
Mar-a-Lago.
Drat.
Well, I don't think we're in America.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're in fake London.
It's a very, very beautiful place. A lot of people come to it. A lot of people, tears in their eyes.
No. And that's not violence. That's toilet paper.
The people drive on the right side of the car. Like, there's no way we're in America.
You're no way at all.
Classified documents about my booty. Because I'm too poor to afford a bidet. So I have to use classified documents. But you know what?
Sort of where this is going.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Banner's having a weird inner monologue.
Yeah.
Demons inside his head.
Banner, what would you like to do?
He doesn't want to be trapped. So Banner, he's going to go into this room, and he's going to try to start smashing the floor above him.
Okay, so
if there's no exit, he's going to make his own exit.
So
balance on the bed.
Yes, so that's exactly what I was going to say. So you either need to be on a bed, or probably a better option would be on the table and stand on the table. So move yourself up onto the table, and you can start bashing in a second. Rabbit, do we need to come back to you at any point, or are you placing yourself out of radio? Well, let's say that you go out of the gate, so you're out there, and that's where you stop.
I think once I reach at that point, I will only flee further if I see more SWAT trucks coming.
Yeah.
But now it's sort of like, okay, so they're following, right?
But at this point, when you get there, you look behind you, and even with your super speed and you've done a lot, you figure that they should be coming out of the house, but there's nobody following you. Do remember that you do have communication. Right, I need to make a brawn roll. Yeah. Yeah, so Misty, from behind you, Banner, you probably hear this as well. You hear the table scrape somewhat. It sounds as if they're pushing open the door and pushing onto the table as it is. That's their brawn roll to do that. They don't need a brawn roll to just open a door, so they're pushing successfully on. Misty, you have a quick look over your shoulder, and you see the table has moved, but not enough to let anybody in at the moment. However, you have heard grenades go off, and there's definitely room for a grenade to be dropped. Can you do a final elemental punch for me, please?
I can indeed.
Come on.
Oh,
that's better.
Nice. Very nice.
6 and a 4.
You love it. You're good at that 4-sided die, aren't you? That's being good. Okay, so
I've stood on many of them.
oh yes. And that's a tetrahedron, isn't it? Which, out of interest, is one of the platonic shapes. If you didn't know, there you go. There's a bit of maths knowledge there. So platonic shapes are regular 3D shapes, so you can guess the rest.
Shapes you don't want to have sex with, right?
I don't want to have I'm not.
You have a relationship with it. It's a familial kind of thing. It's not it's a platonic relationship.
Right. I think. And just out of interest, D&D dice are generally platonic shapes, apart from the 10-faced die, which is not, but all the rest are. Yes, so
all my dice are virgins, so make sure
I'm pleased. I just don't know, do not know how to react anymore. I really I don't know whether or not to try to say something or just pass over it. As if I haven't heard or something. I can put Captain on mute in the Zoom team, just so you know. I
have this ability.
I have that power. Yes. So, Misty, what would you like to do?
I've got a theory. I'm going to move into this room here, and then I'm going to go to vaporous form. My theory is, if I'm in vaporous form and there's maybe a draft going to an exit, my vapor might push that way.
Yes, there's aircon straight above you sucking in.
I feel like Vincent Price caught in a web.
Yeah, so you take an action point and turn into vaporous form. Fishy just said, as a rule, I would pass over most of what Kangaroo says. So I am.
Oh, you wait till classic.
Yeah, you wait to classic when. Banner, would you like to make for me an attack roll? The first attack roll is just to see whether or not you get a critical or anything like that. You can hit the roof. That's not a problem.
Very impressive. Doesn't do anything. Okay.
Doesn't get a dodge.
Yeah, so you sort of is this with your fists? Yeah.
No, with my shield.
Okay then. So you have fast shield on you? Can you bring it up as a free action? Yeah. So you bring the shield up and you sort of arc it up to the top, and you make contact with the wooden floor. So do some.
I guess you're stabbing it, aren't you, into it rather than flat side?
Yes, I presume that's what he's doing. So do some damage for me, please.
Oh, some damage is happening right now.
He came in like a wrecking ball.
There we go.
So liberty.
Carpenters.
So wood has a basis of 6 armor points, which will take it down to 8, which you then whack into what I'm going to say is roughly like an interior. I'm going to say it's like an interior door, which is wooden as well because they're floorboards. We have Do you have floorboards in America, or is everything concrete?
No, it's all dirt, I think.
You just
we walk on dirt over here.
in your bare feet. So
we're hoping to get out of these caves soon.
Yeah.
Because that's what the people, the Native Americans out there,
so brilliant. So you sort of like whack your shield into it, and you sort of like pierces into the floorboards, and you pull it out. Once you get it down to 0 structural points, there will be a hole enough for you to bound through. So it's got.
So it's not there yet. It's not 0 yet.
It's not there yet. It has 20 points, and then it has 6 armor points. So you got it down to 12. 12 points down. So that's you're on vapor. You're in vaporous form. So I now need to make another brawn roll here, and you hear the push against the door, Misty, and there's a slight screech, but it sounds as if the heavy table is holding it back and keeping the door shut at the moment.
Look at that roll; it's fighting back. It's closing it.
Yes. Rabbit, let's come to you because you've realized that your friends are not there anymore. Just one hang on, just 1 second. I just need to check. But you do notice as you peep round the gate post that the SWAT team member who was in the driver's side has noticed that his van is listing slightly to the left, and you can see that he's come out and is inspecting the knife that you've plunged into his tire.
Am I able to use my comms while sprinting?
It's a free action, we'll say. Just like
okay.
Yeah.
Unlike telekinesis.
Yeah, seeing that they haven't come out and that the guy's inspecting his vehicle, and that might have been a bad idea. I'm gonna tap my comms, and as I'm sprinting forward, I want to do a speed charge attack on this guy.
Oh, right.
But I want to.
Somebody's getting aggressive.
Ooh.
I'm always aggressive.
To these
sometimes
heroes.
Cowardly. My cowardice is very aggressive. Anyways, I'll communicate to them. Where are you guys? Are you not following? I told you to follow. And I'm going to sprint out and attack this guy with my where is it? Speed charge.
Okay.
2 points.
2 points.
It'll make it hard for him to react to this.
Yep.
And it'll make it a charge attack, which I don't think helps me any further. Am I able to use the stun baton with my fast and furious combat style? My combat style is primarily quarterstaff and clubs, but I've never really used it for.
You can use it. You can use it as a club and not the stun part of it. So you can just hit with it. It'll do the same damage as your club.
Yeah, it's hitting rather than jabbing.
Yeah.
Eat steel lead. 81 out of 92.
Okay then. So he'll be hard to actually deflect this with his unarmed combat, which will
just try and deflect me with your unarmed. Oh wait, is he? Is he wearing the same level of heavy armor as the rest of them, or is he like in a lighter armor?
No, he is. They all, because you've seen them all, they all seem to have armor over their abdomen and chest and head, and that's it.
So he's fully suited up, and they're like, "Okay, sorry, Dylan, you have to stay in the truck.
Yeah.
To have fun."
Yeah. So
sit there, listen to a podcast, enjoying his.
It's funny. He gets out the van and sees the knife and goes, "Oh, Jeff, always the Joker."
Always the Joker. So he's going to use his passion of duty and honor to augment his attack roll.
Messing up the popo.
Yeah, because SWAT team are all about honor and duty, and then he will. This is his unarmed, which is the same as his fighting style, his SWAT fighting style. I'm not using.
Not as honourable or duty.
Yeah, he sort of like tries to attack, tries to deflect the blow of the stun button as it comes in. I'm just wondering why it's giving me all that gumph after something. Don't know why it's doing that. Okay. Yeah. So, it's a frag grenade, I think. So I need a hit location. I need a special hit location and damage.
I'm going to use a point of luck. I'm trying to decide which direction I want to go. Because I have Bad Penny and Luck of the Devil from my lucky power. If I do Bad Penny, that would make his roll a critical failure.
It would, yeah.
And if I use Luck of the Devil, I get an extra special, which might be beneficial. I don't think I can do both in one action.
When you say an extra special, does that turn yours into a critical success or not?
The Luck of the Devil just gives me an additional non-critical special.
All right. So it's the same either way then, isn't it? Because if I fumble, then you'll have 2 specials, won't you?
Oh, gotcha.
Because the level is 2 then.
How about stun location head? Knock him out.
He's got armor on his head.
He's got a helmet.
Yeah.
Break his legs.
All my villains have Magneto helmets on from now on.
If I make him have a fumble, that doesn't make it. That's just 2 regular specials. Still, it doesn't make one a critical. Correct.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
It just means that he's fumbled, so he will have an effect applied to him because he fumbled.
Okay, well, if they result in the same thing, I think it's funnier to use Bad Penny. So he's going to be surprised and caught off guard, and that'll make his action a fumble.
Okay, so you'll have 2 specials. So what's the 2 specials that you want to do? And then I can decide how he fumbles.
Trip is one of them.
Right.
He doesn't have any weapons on him.
No.
Garfo and get like a marker pen and draw on his head.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be really crazy. Would be really crazy and kind of evil. Would be to like use a disarm or something to pull the pin on his grenade on his hip. But I don't think Rabbit would do that.
You can't disarm by taking his helmet off, can you?
No.
Catch underneath it so it pops off.
No.
I don't think I'm fast enough to even do that. Like where I'd have to be like, okay, now let's get tink and then undo this.
Exactly.
No,
yeah.
I want to do
trip opponent.
Trip opponent, and I think I want to do
rapid reload.
That would be a great one to have right now. No, I'm just trying to think between choose location leg would confirm that I'd get a less armored location, but stun would be really nice too.
You can be dead leg.
Okay, so why don't we do this therefore? So do trip and choose location leg, and
yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do.
And if he does get tripped, then I'll say that his fumble is a stun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Can you see what I mean? So So you might hit his leg, trip him over, and he might fall against the security van. So he's not out cold, but he's stunned for 1d3 turns.
Club damage is a d6, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, here's a 1 coming for you. Yeah. 4.
Oh, 4 on his leg. Which leg did you want to go for?
Right leg.
Right leg.
Ooh, breaking the norm.
Okay then. So that
I don't see it coming.
that does do damage to his leg, but it doesn't snap it or anything. But I've got to make an opposed roll against your original attack roll, which was 81, I think.
Yep.
I can use broadbane. I'll just use evade, which is 60. So if I get a crit, then your trip hasn't happened, because that will beat that 81.
Don't build it up, because you always get a crit when you build it up.
Yeah. He does manage to try to evade the trip, but you're just too fast with that stun button, and you sort of like catch him behind his knee, onto the side of the knee, and he buckles, and as he buckles down, he whacks his head on the van, and roll a 1d3 for me.
I want a 3. 2.
Yeah, so he's going to be dazed due to his fumble for 2 turns. Banner, do you want to do another load of roll your to hit roll just in case you get a crit? Oh, so close. 13 out of 91, so it would have been a little bit less. 3 less, and that would have been it. Okay, do me some damage, please.
Damage time for everybody.
You haven't used your shotgun in what? 9?
9 damage.
Yeah. You haven't used your shotgun in a long time.
I don't know if I've ever used my shotgun.
Yeah, I think only Newman's used a shotgun on this channel.
I can just see it. You've obviously got one because it's coming up on you. On your on Banner's character sheet, shotgun.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a badass moment. Not a proper damage kind of insurance claim kind of moment.
Yeah, got you. Your elemental is still laying into these these data storage. Misty, are you happy just to say that it'll carry on doing that until?
Indeed,
yes.
Completely.
Yeah, it's totally flooded. So we'll concentrate on your action. What would you like to do? You are now vaporous form. There seems to be no air current, apart from there's a slight one heading from this, coming in through the outside door. Does that make sense?
From this direction.
Yeah, sort of like coming in from this one, because that door's open and that leads to the outside.
Yeah. Okay, let's go over here and have a look behind this unit on the wall. I'm assuming that's a shelf, isn't it? Shelving unit.
Yeah. So you can start making your what is your movement? Is it about when you're because you're in vaporous form? I think
right. It's just more of a float is less.
I think it's 1/5 of your. I want to say 1/5 of your constitution, but I might be wrong.
I think you might be right. Yeah. A slow flying speed equal to 1/5 of my con.
Yeah. So what's your con?
60. 18.
It's going up by the. So
my con's 18. So yeah.
Yes.
That'd be more like over here, wouldn't they? There.
Yeah. So I just imagine that you're just slowly moving like a bit of a cloud. Yeah. There's somebody behind you go with a paper.
That's how Rabbit assists. Speed up. Go.
Brilliant. Right. It's already past. Do you want to take the break now? Yeah. And then we'll come back at 1:45. Yeah, that sounds good. And then Banner can get some breakfast. Go get something to eat, Banner, to absorb the alcohol.
I'm just going to get water.
Oh,
alcohol, absolutely.
yeah. So we're going to take a 15-minute break. We'll be back here 1:45, and we'll see what will happen when my SWAT team starts to lob grenades into this room. Okay, then we'll see you back here in 15 minutes. Go away, grab something nice, and have a snack.
A common thing for Americans.
That's all right. If you can't hear us, it's not a problem. Oh, is he gone?
Americans.
Brilliant. Welcome back, everyone. We are still in a basement with the SWAT team coming down and the heroes trying to escape. Misty is wafting slowly to a cabinet. Are you just thinking, Misty, I might well just go turn into...
I'm just going to walk it.
Yeah.
So what I will do is I'll go back to normal form and just, and then I'll go vapor. You're right.
I think so.
Yeah. And then next turn I'll go vaporous.
Got ya.
I will fiddle about with these shells and see if it pulls out.
The ones to the north don't. But when you get to the end and turn into vaporous form, there is a slight waft of breeze coming from behind the shelves. Back up at the top, you are in front, Rabbit, of a semi-dazzled or stunned guard. And you do hear his comms going off in his helmet. It sort of like goes, ready to infiltrate. Grenades at the ready. Infiltration in 5 seconds. What would you like to do?
That's not good, but I gotta keep this guy from getting back up, I guess. So I'm gonna do another attack on him.
Yeah.
Hopefully knock him out. Or at least do a little bit of damage when he's stunned before he gets back up and pulls
so
the on me.
You get an automatic hit because he's stunned, so so you'll get a it's not as if he's got a stunned leg. He's sort of like dazed, and so you whack him again. So you'll have a special hit location damage.
Special, I think, choose location, right leg. I don't want to kill him. I just want to make sure he doesn't get up and cause a problem immediately.
You can't kill anybody in Destined. I've got the non-fatal rules in place. Otherwise,
even for Banner,
yeah. Otherwise,
you shoot somebody in the head with a shotgun. Ow!
Otherwise, Banner would have Banner would have ripped to bits everything. Half the population would be dead. Yes, it is. What?
It's a D6 weapon. That would happen every 1 out of 6 times. So I'll just. I really don't want to hurt him that bad, so that's probably my hesitation there. I'm like pulling my punch a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not bad.
So what you want to see?
I do need a to hit roll.
Oh, that's right. I thought I heard you say it was an automatic hit, so I did not.
Yeah. It's not.
Ooh.
I don't need a hit roll to hit. I need a hit roll to roll his endurance again to see whether or not he passes out, because he's now got 0 hit points at that.
The perfect roll. The perfect roll you could have done.
Oh my gosh, actually, yeah, you're right.
That is the most perfect roll.
Right. Yeah. So Rabbit rolled a 10 out of 92, which is a crit, but it's a 10 because it's the highest crit. So that is the best roll ever. So I don't think I'm going to win this. No, I get 89 out of 60. So he is
close, though.
Close. Thank you.
You'd have to get an 11 with your skill like being
better,
100 or higher.
Yeah.
That's the only way you could beat it, is having that ability to have an 11 crit. And
if you Google best roll ever, you'll have a picture of Rabbit there going,
yeah. So he is sort of like, you whack his leg again and the pain makes him go unconscious. Banner, can you do another damage roll for me, please?
Oh yeah, I can damage it up. Oh,
come on, do your best.
I'll do my best.
Yeah. Right. There is now a hole in the floorboard above your head, big enough for you to actually get through on your next action. Misty, what would you like to do?
I'm going to vaporous form and check out this slight breeze.
Yeah, there is a slight breeze, and as you almost like squeeze behind the cabinet, and they're going through the tiniest of cracks, there seems to be a like a double door on the opposite side, and looking through the crack of the door, there's a set of stairs that obviously goes up to almost like a storm shelter exit, if that makes sense. So on your next action, you can head on up there if you wish, or come down again. You both, yeah, go for it.
I will use comms to tell Banner.
Now that's an interesting.
It is an interesting thing, isn't it? Because can I use comms while in vaporous form?
No.
No, you're right.
You could communicate telepathically, though.
I could, but I don't want to spend any.
if you want to take that skill, there are 2 explosions from the original room as 2 frag grenades go off in there, both for 12 points of damage.
Really not taking hostages, are they?
What we want now is Rabbit to drive.
Look at all these computers they destroyed.
Yeah, but I recall that there was a breaking and entering. Like,
they got just out of interest. So these SWAT people actually have a superpower. So it's really clever what they have. So they have
avoiding any consequences for their actions.
Yeah.
like cops in America.
Yeah. Their superpower is to automatically hit anybody who has a shield. That's what. So just so you know, they have combat expert long arm, which allows them to use their assault rifles. Okay, but aiming actually reduces the difficulty grade by 2 grades. So if you aim in Destined, you have to aim for the whole round. If they hold and just aim for the whole round, then their to hit roll will not be standard. It will be very easy to hit with their assault rifles, which I really like the idea of.
I'm disappointed. I wanted to imagine these guys with really long arms.
Yeah, like Mr. Tickle. And they sort of like come curving round the wall through the door. Yeah, so there's a couple of explosions. They definitely seem to be frag grenades that are going off. And you can hear the through the comms, Rabbit, that they're entering room now, entering room, and they seem to be making progress. Banner, you leap because you can super bound, can't you? You leap up from the table up onto the next floor. So it'd be.
Can we make a roll see if he gets through the hole?
Yeah. Just
sometimes misses the hole.
Just make an athletics check.
Oh, damn it. Damn. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Doddle.
I just knew he had bull in a china shop, so I just thought if he fails jumping up, that we can make something fun happen.
I'm going to dismiss my elemental.
Oh, yeah. What I thought would happen if you had failed it, Banner, as you came running out, Rabbit would see you with like a skirt of floorboards on. That's where you got stuck.
Or the police would come underneath and just see his legs dangling.
Yeah.
Goddamn trucky thighs.
Okay, so you can make your way out now to wherever you want to be. Now that you're out of that situation,
down to the back of the building.
Technically, and they didn't see me.
They didn't see anyone.
You didn't see me.
Well, besides Rabbit, they saw Rabbit.
Yeah, Rabbit's killing police.
Yeah, yeah. As you get out. Banner, and Rabbit stood over an unconscious SWAT person holding a stun. No, the knife in the wheel, the knife in the tire, just with a stun baton. And as you come out, and Misty, you just see her go bash on this guy's leg.
Again and again and again.
No, only
consciousness is in his leg.
Saying, "Give me a supervisor."
Yeah. Okay, what's going to be the plan?
Probably I'm gonna bound away, to get out of here. And probably I'll meet up back at Misty's.
Yeah, cons, let's meet back at home.
Well, I think that was Rabbit's. I think Rabbit said to meet up somewhere just as you left, if I remember rightly.
And then I just said, "Are you guys good?" or something like that, and everybody ignored me as I beat this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The goal is to get back to Misty's house and regroup and not get arrested and not kill any cops.
Okay, then.
Well, why don't we appear at the opposite side of the city so somebody sees us?
I'm just gonna sprint. I go fast.
I know. My theory was if somebody sees us on the opposite side of the city, then they go, "Oh no, it can't be them. They were over."
Oh, yeah. Like make a public appearance while we're still wanted by the law.
Yeah.
I don't know about you as a lawyer sometimes.
Okay, so you all head back to Misty's house. Rabbit, you immediately raid the fridge. Banner,
it's tradition.
Banner, you have an incoming call.
Is it the guy who just put us into a trap?
It's Brian Brask.
Brian Brask.
Oh yeah, the guy who told us to go here, and then
Mr. Banner is yes. Hi, it's Brian Brask here, Mr. Banner.
Hi, Brian. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, and yourself?
A little gassy. So do just.
We have a new we have a new developmental drug for that. We would be very happy to allow you to be part of the test run on humans.
I'm not entirely sure I am human. We'll find out.
Anyway, I have a favor for you, Mr. Banner. There is a rumor that Atomic Alpha is selling guns to the slum areas of Metro City. I feel that this is extremely unjust and unpatriotic. So next time you are in the vicinity of Atomic Alpha, could you make some discreet inquiries, please? That would be fantastic. And remember...
Discreet inquiries.
Remember, we are behind you, Mr. Banner. We are behind you.
I don't see you.
Oh, no, you're not.
Now, if you remember, Banner, last week, you failed your resist joining Eternal Enterprise as well.
Mm-hmm.
So as a consequence of that, you have to fulfill this little bit of stealthing for Brian Brask's company. How you do it is up to you, and it's up to you whether or not you tell Misty and Rabbit about it.
Can I roll insight to see if I know what inquiry means?
Yeah, by all means.
I feel like
please fail. No. Please fail.
Discreet. He doesn't know any of those words.
Yeah, roll insight. Go for it. Oh, you fail. It means kill.
Oh. Aggressively?
It means rip off someone's head.
It means punch them so hard that you see their innards.
You need
Insight,
to put your fist inside them.
Now I can see what's inside them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense to me.
Yeah. It generally means, don't use the necessary amount of violence.
Yeah, and discreet, it sounds a lot like decapitate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or secrete something onto them if you so desire. Yeah. So Misty and Rabbit and Banner finishes his call and comes back over. I don't know if anybody remembers there was a piece of information from the cardigan factory that is relevant here.
Is it that the guns came from Atomic Alpha?
Yeah. That's something that you did find out.
Those really nice guns, weren't they?
Yeah, machine pistols, Uzis.
Mm-hmm. But you produce weapons, you sell them to an army, and then the army has some losses and people steal. It's not they were specifically.
And if you remember the marks or the logo had tried to be scrubbed off on them. Yes, you are currently in Misty's apartment. Rabbit's got half a taco in her mouth. What's I'm
going to fill that fridge full of salad one day.
We tried that one time, and I just mowed through that, and you said like a rabbit.
Oh yes,
that much fiber.
That is my name.
It's like a 2 meeting situation. Very, very interesting.
I got another one. I've got another one. Hang on. Oh no, I forgot it. Rabbit did do that before, ate all that fiber, and she had the runs.
Okay, gotta go fast.
She really did have to go fast. Sorry, that's it. That's all I've got for the rest of the.
The problem is you just gotta eat so much of it to keep going.
Bush, and it came out in a rush. Diarrhea.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I'm drinking hot chocolate here. Go ahead.
So we now know that Brask is against us. He set us up with that information. That there's no way that Dr. V is just like, oh, I just know where you're going. Brask is working with Dr. V. Dr. V is from his company. We know who the villain is now.
And I bet he's still working for the company as well. It's a very big stretch that was just a coincidence.
There, yes, that all makes sense.
Maybe
Brass has asked me to go to the slums and try to stop some people from selling their guns. So I'll be off. Have fun, guys.
What?
What do you mean by that?
You know that they sent the cops after us, right? That they're building images of us doing things that we didn't do to make it so the public won't want to see us. We're wanted already for a bank robbery.
Well, one rabbit. We didn't rob a bank, don't you remember?
Yes, but they made it. I need to go talk to Sally Fields.
Yes. Anyways, I'm going to stop aggressively this transactions of weapons and ammo. So have fun, guys.
Right, before you go, Banner, who's told you this?
Brask.
The one that just set us up to be captured. The one who set us up before at the old Eternal Enterprises, the place where we got trapped with that red cage.
Interesting.
Wait, Brask. He's the
Wait.
one that's evil, betraying us.
Maybe he's Dr. V with a fake face. No.
Dr. V's a bit more manly.
Wait. Hold on. Are you suggesting that Brask might be evil?
Yes, except for cross out the might.
Brask be evil.
Yeah.
Oh.
He be.
Not V, B.
Well, that makes me question doing things for him. But on that note, I need to go stop these people from selling these arms.
Which people are selling arms to?
Something about how some people are selling things that belong to, was it Project Alpha?
Atomic Alpha.
Atomic Alpha. And he wants me to stop them from doing that. Even though, to me, that doesn't make any sense. I feel like it's their natural right to be able to get the arms they need to protect themselves and their rights.
I do feel at this point, Banner, we need to record our conversation so we can listen to
them. Misty, what?
Right.
Just a point of clarification. When you went to BBL's, I think I remember you went as Misty, as Sophia. Yeah. So at this point, Sophia gets an incoming call to her mobile, caller ID withheld.
No video, just call.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll have to flick back to Sophia briefly because otherwise my voice will be like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hello?
It's the voice you recognize as BBL. And he says,
hello, BBL.
He says, I have something really interesting for you guys.
Oh, I'm glad you called. So I'd like to ask you a question, but fire away, please.
Question first.
My colleagues have just been sent to a building that was clearly a setup by Brian Brask. It was supposed to be the headquarters of these three superheroes, air quotes, but you can't see X on the phone. And they weren't there. It was a trap for them.
Well,
by Dr. V.
Well, you'll find the following information, therefore, extremely interesting.
Oh.
So let's just say people like me have rivals, people who are trying to, make their name on the internet, trying to best my skills. Anyway, I tracked one of them down, and in two interesting things. Number one, he's sending communications to both Eternal Enterprises and Atomic Alpha. That information that you got from Eternal Enterprises was actually sent to them via this hacker. And do you want to know the information that Atomic Alpha has is also being sent via this hacker? Anyway, I did a bit of snooping and tracked down some money transfers.
Well, that's very good.
And you won't believe whose payroll she's on.
Eternal Enterprise?
Sky Syndicate.
Sky Syndicate. Anyway, I had a quick look in their mainframe. And I also found some rather incriminating evidence that Sky Syndicate is actually, shall I just say, well, they're paying those other three heroes.
Seriously?
Yeah. And a serious amount of cash. And I mean, seriously.
Surely they must be joking. No.
I'm not, and don't call me Shirley.
It would appear that Sky Syndicate is the company behind your, shall we say,
misfortune?
Yes.
Or my client's misfortune, should I say. And it sounds like Sky Syndicate's also trying to start a cooperation war between Eternal Enterprise and Atomic Alpha.
Certainly seems that way. Anyway, I left them a bit of a present.
Yeah. I hope it was a very nice and destructive present.
No, not destructive. I just say it's a bit of a hacker's filter.
Oh. So you'll be able to pop in and take out whatever you want in future.
You bet. And also, just one moment. Oh, rude word. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. And
you need help?
The call.
The
call ends.
Right, we need to get to BBLs as fast as possible.
Do you hear that beep?
Yeah.
Yeah, it made it sound like you were trying to censor yourself, but it was too late.
Yeah.
I thought your internet dropped.
I pressed the button, but it didn't work the first time, so I did. So he goes, oh, and drops the line.
Well, I heard somebody say we got to go fast, so
Yeah, get to BBL, make sure it's all right. We'll follow. Banner, the guns can wait.
No, you're going in the right direction towards the guns.
That's true. We are, aren't we?
Yeah,
the guns can still wait.
They still
because they're guns.
BBL might be in trouble.
Why are they on sale?
You're going to the cardigan factory. You know, the nice cardigan factory. Why am I talking to Banner as if he's am I trying to persuade him? No, don't worry. You're going in this direction. So
Kangaroo is just that good at role playing.
Yeah,
you're believing it.
I am. I'm completely in belief here. Or he's not acting at all. That's the other outcome. He's just being
Lewis of bad D&D.
Just being yourself. So you head towards BBL's apartment. You have to be careful getting to the hope you're having an heroic day in your board meeting. We just finished our superhero game. Fantastic. That's excellent. That's somebody who just raided our channel. We're in the middle of our superhero game. When you get to BBL's house, Misty, are you as Sophia? Or is Misty?
I'd better be, hadn't I?
Is it?
Well, no, actually, no. I'll be as Misty because
somebody could have sent you. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So when you arrive there, there's no answer from the apartment at all. You notice also that as you approach, the door seems slightly ajar. You also notice that the cameras that you saw before that are on either side of the corridor are turned off. They don't seem to be focused. They don't seem to be working at all.
But can you open that door as quick as possible?
I don't think he's home. Maybe he's going for a walk.
He was in a wheelchair.
Yeah, you should say he's going for a stroll.
Yeah.
Sorry. Better open the door.
Yeah.
Put my quarterstaff while he's doing that in case anything pops out.
Banner opens the door, and if you remember, there was a bit of like an airlock that has been broken into. All the glass has been shattered. You also notice as you enter the room that the majority of the tech in the room has been fried. It's non-operational. There's a smell of burnt electronics and circuit boards in the room as you enter, and you notice that nothing else has been touched. It's just mainly the electrical.
And to be fair, he could have fried that himself.
Yes, 100% that could have happened, but there seems to be no sign of BBL at all.
Any sign of any
is his wheelchair still there?
No.
Oh, okay.
So he's escaped.
So he's definitely gone, or someone's put him there. Even if his wheelchair was there, it wouldn't necessarily mean someone picked him up. It could have been someone picked him up, or like a miracle happened.
Oh, he was faking it.
Oh, BBL.
Oh, BBL.
He whips off the blanket and stands up.
And he's got 6 legs.
Yeah.
And a spider.
Just while you're in BBL's apartment, you have an incoming call from Jack Stone.
He doesn't call us very often.
We're very busy, aren't we?
Maybe tell him about his hackers compromised.
It's not calling me, I don't think, right?
Who's he calling?
Whoever gave them his phone number, probably you, Misty, because you're normally the spokeswoman.
Speakerphone?
Yeah, and it's, I forget the guy. I was just trying to look for the bit of paper.
Oh, his secretary.
Yeah, but no, you had a handler in Atomic Alpha. And
Ollie Owen?
Who?
Ollie Owen? Ollie Orson?
No, he's the dispatcher from...
Right.
I'm sure it was Mike Noland or something like that. I'll find the bit of paper. But it's not him.
Matty Mason?
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Matty Mason.
Yeah, Matty Mason. It's not him that is calling. It's actually Jack Stone, CEO of Atomic Alpha.
Is that how he answers the phone?
Yes.
Hi, Jack Stone.
Stone here, CEO of Atomic Alpha. And he wants to meet you. He just sort of like says, there's something that has happened and we feel you need to come in and we need to make a decision whether or not we are going to accept the terms that we've been offered. Would you believe?
Go on, yeah.
Would you believe? It seems that Sky Syndicate is behind all the activities to ruin your reputation.
Yes, I would believe that because I've just found out exactly the same thing myself. The hacker you get the information off is working for Sky Syndicate and feeding you all bad information. And that includes you and Eternal Enterprise.
Well, I think things have...
I would say don't believe what's coming through that source.
He says, well, I've just had Lucille DeVille on video and she wants to call a truce, would you believe, between my team and her team. And then...
Yes, because those 3 supers work for her and they get paid a lot more than what we do.
2 and 6 they get paid. He says, yeah. He says, let's meet. We need to talk over what they're proposing and whether or not your team is willing to accept the conditions. I just say that whatever happens, there's only going to be one set of supers in Metro City by the end of it.
Well, there'll still be 2 because we can't kill anybody.
But
did you hear inwils from the beginning? He was saying the no fatality rule.
Yeah, he says, but that has just been made non-void. Fatality is now in process.
Fatality. Finish him.
Oh yes, that finishing moves would be a wonderful thing. Once, but you got to use. You got to think of. You got to think of a team name first, and then you could do team maneuvers.
Called the non-lethal killers.
Yeah. So Rabbit can run round Misty really fast and turn her vaporous form into a tornado or a little tiny little hurricane. That goes well.
I feel that all the mist isn't going through her hair as she runs.
Yeah.
Like a L'Oreal advert.
So you have a choice. You can either, Jack Stone is willing to meet you either at a place of your decision or place of your choosing, or to go to Atomic Alpha. It's up to you.
Well, we're not going straight away, so we need to find BBL. He's more important.
I mean, do you see any clues in this apartment of who came to get him and where they took him?
Is it?
Or if he's
could find some tire tracks.
That's what I was looking for. Skid marks.
Skid marks.
Oh, okay. It's also possible if he was going to leave us a message of where to come find him, he'd probably do something with technology or something. Or maybe it's under his desk, like taped underneath his. I don't know. I'm not BBL. I don't know him, but I do agree. We got to find him.
You probably need a hacker help you with it. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. That's no good.
We could have done with a telepath. We could help you. But, you know.
Oh, yes. Astro would be able to touch the floor and see what happened there.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I like to think that he's still with us. We never talk to him now. It's like rabbit rests her elbow on his head and it's like, yeah, it really would be nice.
He just sort of like stands in the corner.
Banner does miss Astro, but he thinks Astro went back to Poland where he came from.
Banner.
Good grief.
Poland's not another planet.
Yeah.
Thinking of Pluto.
Does he? Is he really thinking?
So trying to locate BBL might be something that you can add to your list. There's no clues here at the moment.
He's gone out of his way to actually help us.
Exactly.
With no skin in the game for him because we helped his grad out.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think BBL is very important to us.
But he might just have been attacked by the squatters. You know, after you saved his mom's cardigan factory. You really don't know at this point. But that is...
The squatters, he wouldn't have burned it. He wouldn't have taken out his computers.
Yeah.
He would have taken them out with the laser in the hallway.
Yeah, exactly. So, but maybe somebody make a note, save BBL. Oh, look, locate and save BBL. Okay, so let's concentrate on clearing your name then.
Yeah, we kind of have to do that too.
I don't want to go to the tower because I do believe we'd be stuck in there. Oh, there's lots of exits, aren't there?
Plenty of it. And you can just vaporize them all. Yeah, and go through a window or something. So you're probably safer in Atomic Alpha's tower rather than...
I'll float into an office full of fans because it's really hot this time.
Yeah. Just get blown. That'll be it.
So, ladies, what's the plan?
Go to Atomic Alpha's tower.
Yeah.
So just go right in the bottom or the top? You
could probably go in the top.
Yeah, we can go to the top.
Rabbit can run up the stairs and then go and come back down. So it appears that Jack Stone has left word with everybody that you're going to be arriving and you are to be sent to his office straight away. And as you go in, he seems to have a group of advisor or maybe lawyers. There's a lawyer that you recognize, Misty, and he seems to be deep in conversation with them, but his secretary lets you straight in. As soon as she sees you, she just says, "Go straight in, please." You know, and as you walk in, Jack Stone sees you, and he sort of like turns to his entourage and says, "Can I have the room, please?" And they all sort of like pick up what they were discussing in the papers and the briefcases, and they exit and shutting the door behind them. And Jack Stone reaches underneath his desk and presses a button. You hear an audible click as he presses it, and he turns around to you. He says, "White noise generator. People have a hard time listening in now."
You must be serious then.
He says, "I want you to watch this. This was the incoming transmission I had, chat that I had with Lucille DeVille, CEO of Sky Syndicate." And he presses a button, and on the screen, on the flat TV screen, you see the wonderful Lucille DeVille, and she is sat behind her desk, and as the camera comes on, she gets up and she walks round to the front of the desk and leans back gently on it and crosses her legs that have high heel shoes on, and she sort of like brings her finger up to her chin and just taps it slightly. And then she says straight to camera, "Tut, tut, tut. It seems we have a bit of a situation, Jack. It seems that you have a team that wants to be in charge at Metro City, and I have a team that should be in charge and protecting Metro City. What are we to do, I wonder?" And there's a pause, and she sort of like looks skyward as if she's thinking while she scratches or strokes her chin. And then she says, "I have an idea. Why don't we have a fun game of last team standing? A fair fight, I propose. Your team against my team. And whoever wins, well, they get to be the good guys. And whoever loses, well, I'm sure Bastille has some empty supercells for holding the losing team." Yes. So, and you hear, this is obviously was a two-way conversation, and you hear Jack Stone's voice just say, "Oh, what are you proposing, Lucille? Oh, you will love this. Now, obviously, we don't want to cause any damage or, shall we say, loss of lives in Metro City. So I'm proposing a showdown in the Deadlands." And you hear Jack's voice go, "The Deadlands?" And she says, "Oh, come on. It's not that scary. You have 3 big superheroes. I'm sure they will not be frightened of a fight in the Deadlands. Anyway, it's up to you. If it's a no-show, then, well, we win, and your team sadly goes down. But if you win, well, it's highly unlikely. I mean, just looking at your team, a girl who looks like she's in some kind of anti-dandruff advert, a man who definitely has his brain in his biceps, and, well, let's just say the lady who runs quickly with looks like that, I'm glad she runs quickly. So
screw you.
People can't see her. Anyway, that's my proposal. I'll send a location in the Deadlands, and shall we say, noon tomorrow? Let's not fight in the dark, Jack. And no funny business. Okay? Let's make this a fair fight. Your heroes against my more powerful heroes. And winner takes all. And at that point, she smiles and looks at the camera for a minute. And then it just goes and stops.
Does she like the sort of woman who has a sister that skins Dalmatians?
Quite possibly. Yeah.
Okay.
Called Cruella, she is. Yeah. And Jack sort of like looks at you as the screen goes blank, and he says, "Right, that's the issue we have."
So, what is her issue? She believes that there can't be 2 sets of superheroes in the same city?
It's a power move. Power is control, isn't it?
And why would we ever believe that she's going to even honor this? She's just trying to pull us out of town so that she can come in here with her supers and kill you, Jack, or something. I don't know.
Well, I was going to suggest, Jack, have you got surveillance on the area that we're supposed to be going to tomorrow?
Yes. Let me tell you a bit about the Deadlands, shall I?
Yes, please.
So if you follow the Lancaster flow northwest of Metro City, you eventually reach the Deadlands. This was once the original site of Metro City, but things did not go according to plan. When excavating the foundations for some of the buildings, the workers hit a hidden gas seam that caused a massive explosion. Most of the buildings already built were destroyed, while others were left as collapsed and crumpled ruins. After several months of recovery, the founders of Metro City started again, further south along the Lancaster flow, and, well, you're stood in the new Metro City, as it was called for a while. They took what resources they could from the old city and used them to make the new, leaving the original site even more barren than it was after the explosion. It was decided that the original site would be cleared and allowed to return to nature. But the unsavory members of the community had other ideas. The lack of police presence in the area, criminals had free rein. Gangs quickly grew and exerted their dominance, claiming areas for their own. The area soon gained a reputation, and the law-abiding folks gave it a wide berth. As the criminals gathered there, it became a festering sore for any political leader of Metro City. Many tried to grapple with the gangs. Attempts were made to clear the area, but the gangs were always triumphant. And then, rather than clearing it, the current mayor, Lawrence Ford, decided to try and ignore it and remove it from the eyesight of the people of Metro City by building a huge fence around it and iron gates to keep the gangs in. Although this seemed to be a viable plan, it was disastrous. Several contractors lost their lives, even though it's a non-fatal campaign. While construction took place as the gangs used guerrilla warfare tactics to hinder the construction process. With only the first phase built and only one fence and gate, Ford gave up on the project, claiming that he needed to redirect money into the health provision. And so the Deadlands, as it started to be called, still exists. It is the arena for criminal gangs, mafia, and anyone who wants to live their lives in crime. The area is dangerous and often deadly. Some criminals even prefer prison than to risk running into and living in the Deadlands. Yeah, it's not a pleasant place. And I'm just revealing...
Not what I was expecting, to be fair. I'm quite chuffed about that. I thought it'd be full of zombies.
I thought it was going to be like okay, well, that's visually what I was thinking, like a barren kind of desert town land.
Yeah, with the Walking Dead wandering around. And
maybe fewer criminals is how I imagined.
And I thought it was going to be a cemetery.
Mutations.
Well, why aren't we trying to fix this place? Why are we humoring these social media supers and being like, let's fight each other out here when we could be helping this area.
Jack Stone looks at you. Oh, he says, Rabbit, the innocence of youth.
Yeah, I guess I have that.
He presses a button, and you notice that his flat screen has an overlay of a map, and you can see Atomic Alpha's tower is identified, and then you can see the Lancaster flow curving northwards, and then it's almost like it's identified, or it's almost like a contamination area or radioactive area, and right in the middle of the area there's a red dot. And he says, that's the place that you need to fight this other team if you think you can win.
Justice always triumphs.
Banner, that would have been a really good line for you. You've let yourself down.
Banner's nips just kind of got really perky.
Misty,
I'd like to think we're top of the Justice League.
Yes.
Of the Justice League of Metro City.
Metro City.
Yeah.
Right.
They want to fight us. They want to prove that they are the true heroes of Metro City. But I'll be damned to let them prove their point, because gosh darn it, it's us. We're here to protect the denizens.
There's only one of those supers that I'm not sure about. That's a plant lady.
What about the plant lady?
She has the power of plant.
she might bring a couple of chrysanthemums to
So she has a really good green thumb.
Yep.
Hopefully she brought the water and soil.
Yeah, she's going to plow a field.
And scatter the good seed on the land.
Or bring a bunch of vine plants and make them grow really, really fast and hold Banner in place.
Yeah.
Nothing can hold Banner in place.
I don't know. There's some invasive vine species out there.
Yeah, but
what's the plan then? We're gonna fight these three. Got a plant lady who we just presume has I don't know, the ability to.
We've got their version of you.
Ficuses.
Yes.
We have Sonic Boom, Sonic Blast, Sonic Boom,
Sonic Blast.
Yeah.
He's really loud, is he? I don't know. And of course,
he spins round and round and goes really fast. He's got a friend called Tails.
And
I got that one.
Who might be stronger than Banner.
Yeah.
Dumbbell.
That really fat man, that really fat guy.
No, that was Barrel Roll.
Yeah, this is a different one who walks around topless because he's not ashamed of himself.
He doesn't cover himself up like some muscle top people.
So not all of us can afford just have.
And it also looks like he skips leg day.
4 storage rooms full of baby oil.
No, I do. Yeah, Jack will do it. These people need to be put in their place. They can't be left to be underhanded the way they've been.
Why do you think they'll even show up, though?
Yeah, they can be attached.
Go all the way out in the Deadlands so that we can have a fair fight after they've tricked us to go to 2 places before and trapped us.
Jack Stone turns to your rabbit and says, "It's probably a trap, Rabbit. I think
we should go to Lucille DeVille's house or her office."
Are you suggesting? Yeah, go ahead.
We should take this to her. She's the cause of these problems. We should go to her office and force her to stop.
And
so you're suggesting that she's asking us to go out of town, hundreds of miles away from the city, into an area that's full of, I don't know, weird mutants and homeless people.
For a showdown.
For a showdown that might not happen, all because we're thinking it's a trap?
Has she had any tumbleweed imported?
Nope.
I believe that she's just going to send us out there, never show up, and then she'll send her trio here to Jack Stone and rough him up the way I'm suggesting we rough up Lucille.
I think you're right. She's probably already paid off the bandits to come and attack us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jack Stone pauses for a moment and says, Lady Rabbit, we're not in the business of roughing up CEOs. We have standards.
Because they're also the true heroes of this country. CEOs, they're job creators, Rabbit. We can't be fighting CEOs. They're more important than anyone else.
We really don't want to stoop to Sky Syndicate's level here.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's go to them. Let's just talk to them and say, hey, stop that.
Slap wrists.
Banner,
Yes.
that's never been your approach to any problem. Your approach to graffiti, again, was
I mentioned to
appropriate.
Jack Stone about
you mean those crime doers?
Yeah.
Local artists.
I'm going to mention to Jack Stone about the contact he sent us to get information off has been abducted or attacked.
He shows somewhat concern and then relates back. Yeah, we need to find him. What was he on to? Did he say anything to you?
Yes, he was the one that gave us information about Sky Syndicate feeding you and Eternal Enterprise false information.
Yeah.
So you've got to gather information it's all not to be trusted.
I can set some people on trying to find him. And then when we do, hopefully, if you three are still alive, you can help us if there's any unwanted obstacles.
Thank you. But yes, we shall go there tomorrow high noon.
He looks at you all three and he says, you want to go at high noon, at 12.
We'll go a bit earlier.
Yeah. You might. Well,
he says, we can't find parking or something, right?
Well, he says, I would get there as soon as possible so they don't lay a trap.
I'm thinking about going through the night and then just keeping an eye out.
He says, okay then. He says, you've got some decisions to make. And he narrates the next bit while pointing on the map. And he says, we are here. And you need to get to the middle of the Deadlands there. Now, obviously, the fastest way to do that, without running, Miss Rabbit, of course, might be with a helicopter. However,
too noisy.
No, worse. We know for definite, mainly because we've lost two, that people in the Deadlands have, well, some serious firepower. And I mean rocket launchers.
Oh, of course, yes.
The next way could be, but your heroes, you survived one crashed helicopter ride. I'm sure you can survive a second one. That's the first option. The second option is to put you into some kind of a van and drive you there. However, again, rocket launchers. You could be attacked on the way. We're not too sure about that way either. Finally, you could go in there by yourselves under your own, well, and he sort of like waves at Misty, floating clouds. But again, I can't predict, I can't guarantee that you're going to be safe on your travels. However, I understand that you might be putting a lot of things on the line for me and for Atomic Alpha. So, I want to add something to sweeten the deal. You take these people out, we will be able to clear your names, plus I'm willing to give the team some kind of additional help. By that he means you will have the option of gaining a team item. Okay.
That's a name.
yeah.
Deeper.
So you could get something quite big. So like a team van or helicopter or jet or something like that. Or you can have something small each, or something between you, like coded communications or infrared night vision goggles each, or something like that. So you could, Jack Stone is, I mean, you're on Atomic Alpha payroll, and he knows that you're really into, new pairs of shoes. Yeah. So he knows Rabbit needs new shoes, etc. So he will sweeten the deal if you're successful, and to show that you his gratitude, he is prepared to give you something that you would have to talk to Jack about and me, and to sort of like say what it is. But if you want the mystery van to drive around in, then that could be arranged with certain James Bond editions, if you wish.
New uniforms that match our powers.
Yes.
Like.
No, I'm not.
Don't run out.
I'm not changing your tokens. You have to wear those outfits. I'm not changing those at all. But you could choose. I mean, you could actually, Rabbit and Banner, you could get a little stoppered conical flask. So whenever Misty goes into vaporous form, you can put her in there and put the bung on, and just and then carry. Yeah, that could be your first. That could be your first team movement.
The Misty grenade.
Yeah, you put Misty into a glass bottle and chuck. That would.
It's the best way to transport her.
Yeah. Anyway, you could
Polly in your pocket.
Think of your own way to get there, or your own. You can think about your own things to have, but first of all, you have to survive. So the first thing.
If only we had somebody that could teleport us there.
That would.
Yeah. Who could that be?
That would have been a really good idea. Apart from, he needs to know where he's teleporting to, and
you send in a drone first, don't you, to take an image of it?
He needs that. He needed that skill. Knowledge of Metro City landmarks to open portals to places that he knows, and this is in the Deadlands. Sorry.
Yeah, we just have him walk out there, buy him a gun. We give him a wallet that says "big money" on it, and then once he's there, then he sends a portal for us.
He just sends he's just got a label saying "phone home" on as he goes.
Wow.
It's a one-way trip. He can just teleport back, so he doesn't worry about it.
He can't. He opened portals. It wasn't teleportation. That's a different skill. It's part of the same. He's not like Nightcrawler. I love Nightcrawler, the way he can zip. Yeah.
Language.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing about Nightcrawler.
So the next thing you need to decide is how are you going to get to the center. Jack can tell you that it's a ruined house, a mansion house that you're actually going to. They've got some scans from and pictures from drones, and it seems to be about it's only it's not even a story high, if that makes sense. The whole second floor is gone, and there's some of the walls are still standing on the ground floor, but there's lots of doors. There's no roof, so anybody can go up if they wanted to, and it's also in its own grounds as well. It has shutters up on the windows. The glass has long since gone, and it just seems to be those slatted shutters up at any window now. Like I say, there is only one story, so just the ground floor. But apart from that, there's not a lot of furniture in there or anything like that. It's all been ripped out by the various gangs. There's no gang living in it at the moment when they went and checked, although Jack does say that it might have been made to be empty. He also suggests that this could be, he thinks it's 100% it's a trap, but it seems to be the only fair thing to do here, folks. And he trusts you. How do you want to get there?
I think that I'm gonna fly them there.
How are you going to fly us?
Because
what about the rocket launchers, even if you could?
But what's the weather? Is it going to be cloudy? Are there going to be clouds in the sky?
Let's turn on the weather report.
Welcome to Network 7. Yeah, there's going to be clear skies, gentle sunshine, and no rain. Tell me your plan first, and then tell me what you.
I was going to try and create a large cloud for us to stand on and fly over there.
That sounds terrifying.
I can do that as part of my creation and my what's my other skill that I use? Skyrider. So I can literally use my Skyrider on top of my flight to create a cloud, which can be solid.
What does Skyrider do?
It's a bit like Knight Rider without the noise.
Yeah.
Skyrider. So Misty uses a cloud to fly, linked to creation.
Yeah.
And so creation just creates objects, solid or gaseous.
Is it under flight? Is it a boost of flight or a boost of?
Yes. Yeah.
Flight. Yeah. What's it called?
Skyrider.
Oh, yes. Altitude depends. Must have the ability to create it. The altitude. This is the hero flies. This is you.
Oh, so I can't put somebody else on?
No.
Oh.
I don't know if that would also be a wise idea with how dense Banner might be and how
That's true. And I have to concentrate.
Course, by dense, you mean just how well ripped and muscled he is.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
100% that.
Okay. Yeah.
Here's what I think we should do. Rabbit running on foot is not going to be an issue because I've got parkour. I'd be going so fast that they're not even going to be bothering with me unless I get to a gated area where there's a bunch of guys with guns. But I'll go around. So if I go on foot, sprinting as fast as I can, I think flying on a cloud would probably be best for Misty because you can go higher up and then get to the location and lower yourself down. I think that might be safe.
I'm thinking a cloud as cover, basically. That's what I was thinking of me. Essentially, fire a missile launcher at a cloud.
Deadlands combat skill.
That's a crazy standard skill. 134
can
points.
Can we stay in the newbie zone for a couple of weeks and get leveled up?
But then I think
I'm sure that'd be no problem for you.
We could have Banner still drive a vehicle. I think if he gets a company van to drive there.
How about a motorbike? You used to have a motorbike, didn't you?
But Banner's pretty big. He's going to look silly on a motorcycle.
No, but if it's like an off-road scrambler.
Does Jack Stone have that for us?
And he could be like Steve McQueen.
You could have like dirt bikes, like trikes, like tricycles, but you would have to drive them
really, really fast.
So what's your drive skills like?
Mine's super not bad.
Yeah, you've got a car, and I'm sure you had a motorbike.
He drove a Honda Civic.
I'm dying to know what his.
You mean the Freedomobile?
Mine's all right.
41 Banner is not a good skill.
I stop at stop signs.
So
I look both ways during the yield.
So a security van, I think, has 8 hull and 20 structure. So it'll have 8 points of armor and then 20 structure before it sort of like is destroyed.
We just fire Banner out of a big, like, long tom, big cannon or something.
Oh, maybe from here, if I get like a building high enough, I can get a hang glider and just kind of like glide.
Drift in slowly
into
the area with rocket launchers and snipers.
Yeah.
While screaming, wee!
Oh, so a security van has hull 8. So it have 8 armor points, and then its structure is 40. So it'll need to take 40 points of damage. Its hull will always take off armor points before it's destroyed. For every 2 hits, there's a system hit as well. So if it got hit twice, you would roll on its systems to say, the axle might go or something like that.
I feel like if you're using your leaps and bounds to get there, that's going to draw a lot of attention. And if you're just driving a vehicle, especially if you can get one that doesn't look as fancy and as much of a target, then I think you might be able to get there most safely for you.
It's noise that's the problem, though.
Well, I mean,
the night.
I have another idea.
Okay.
When I get,
you just know this is going to be a silly idea.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to say, "I'll just walk. I'll run just as fast as you."
Yeah.
There's big balls standing.
Yeah.
Acrobatics. You're gonna cartwheel.
I've been stretching.
Do we have a hoverboard? We can put them on hoverboard, and then Rabbit can.
I can halo jump there. So essentially, get super high up there in altitude. The airplane drop me off. I just start flying down like a missile. Just.
Then we can have a Banner pizza.
Make it eat Banner pizza.
You're gonna need like 3 parachutes, Banner, for all that muscle.
Yeah, that's right.
At least 3.
Otherwise, you're just gonna drop like a rock in the. Hey, Banner, do you have regeneration?
I have mind your business.
Ouch! Mind your own business.
Yeah, well, I don't want you to fall and be like, I'm a missile, and then you actually just break your skull open and die.
You can't die. It's impossible.
Break your skull open and get permanent brain damage that requires you to be hospitalized.
Just to let you know, a rocket launcher does 5d8 plus 5 points of damage.
58 damage.
5d8.
But if they get a critical, they can only maximize one of those 5d8s.
Yep.
If they use max damage, yeah.
Oh well, yeah. If they know how to do that,
I would probably use something like bypass armor to get around the 8 points of hull. And they blast in a 5-meter radius.
Oh, that's
pretty
easy.
Funny.
Let's avoid that, yeah.
Well, okay.
Then bypass armor would be the same as max damage. Because you get an 8 or...
Oh, yes, you would. Yeah. Yeah. So it's right. That seems to be a good time to leave it for this episode, because that means that we can. You've got a week or so to decide on your method of transport, and then we can have the showdown and see who are the victorious heroes that live and rule Metro City.
We have a week to think of a really good idea that you're going to say, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
We've got 3 hours next week to think of another one.
You've got the whole week to put your answers, how you're going to do it, in the Discord, so I can scrutinize them and set up anti-actions to them, so I know I'll still win. Remember, you won't get killed if you lose. You'll just be put into prison. Forever, so, and that's it. And then the next time we play Destined, Fishy can come in with his character or break you out. Yeah. And that's it.
The one that can turn into an airplane and fly everyone.
Power. I'm Mr. Plane.
His name's Transformer, his new character.
We're just thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Brilliant. So do come back for the next episode, when we'll see whether or not the heroes are really heroes, or whether Sky Syndicate should have been the company that they went for. Okay, brilliant, people. Now, before we go, I'm going to I have to do that bit for the end of the podcast. The content of this podcast is covered by the Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license, so please give appropriate credit if you are sharing or copying any part of this podcast. Thank you.